Hi, this is Zach here with the US Chartbreakers here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Wednesday, the 8th of October. Starting off with the S&P as usual, it's been a stellar run and continues to be a stellar run. We're even on the right side of 6,700. Recent initial support for October around 6,650 and above that, looking for best case scenario target here is high as 6,900, probably by the end of next month, given that we have rather slow price action, non-volatile price action, and also given the way that we haven't really had a proper rug pull here for basically since the beginning of August. So maybe there is a rug pull due. 65.50 may be a potential area, or obviously the floor of the channel there. 64.80. Bit of bearish divergence in the mix there as well, so higher highs for recent days, but lower RSI trace, so one cannot ignore that potential in terms of a slight pullback for this market. Moving on to the Nasdaq, and here it's the Nasdaq 100, that is. Here we've got a situation where if I can type in the correct details, you can see that we're in that rising trend channel from April. Top of the channel there, heading for 25,500. Above that, best case up to 26,400, which is a January resistance line projection. And we're looking for that by the end of next month. While we remain on the right side of 24,000, obviously you can see the floor of the channel on the 50-day line there, just below 23,900. So that kind of fits in. The other negative, though, which ties in with the the S&Ps, that we've had bearish divergence, in fact, a double peak there, double lower peak there. So that is, in a way, a sort of a much stronger sell signal. And that does suggest that maybe we have the risk of a dip towards the 24,000 area, even if we then head higher after that. Moving on to the stocks, and starting off with Applied DNA, which is fast becoming a favorite, at least for me. Here you can see that we've got this V-shaped bull flag, as I call it. Unfilled gap to the upside yesterday, double RSI rebound above neutral 50, which tends to be a great continuation signal, and looking for the stock to head up towards the $7.60 area, hopefully by the end of this month or much sooner. See, there's also a gap to fill up towards 775. So top of the channel and that area in the upper sevens looks to be on tap at the moment. Ideally, we stay above recent broken resistance at $4.80. Stock which we haven't looked at before, but hopefully will become a frequent flyer if we get things right, is coming up next. And here it is Nuburu. Here we've got a broadening triangle base, good clearance of the rising 50 and 200-day lines, which look as though they're going into a golden cross, maybe for later this month. Top of the triangle there, heading for 68 cents. And we're looking for that while we're above, especially while we're above recent broken July resistance at 42 cents. Probably more realistically, we need to stay above the mid-30s, which was July resistance for much of that month. But shaping up rather nicely for that one, especially with the unfilled gap to the upside above rising 50 and 200-day lines. Next up is CCSG, and here you can see CCSC rather. Here you can see we've got this V-shaped turnaround that tends to be rather strong. That's up to we've got a rising trend channel base up to $2.40. Above that, looking for obviously the highs of the past year up towards $3.10 by the end of next month. Ideally, we stay above recent broken resistance around the $1.88 level. Next up is a situation which is also new to us, Garden Stage, and here it's a rather volatile chart, but looks as though we've got a rising trend channel base, top of the channel there up towards 57 cents, which we're looking for by the end of next month as a best case scenario target. Recent broken resistance around the 19 cents level, and we're just basically hoping that this is a turnaround situation, especially given the way that recent support has been well above a rising 50-day moving average. The next situation is on its way, NuCana, and here you can see that we've also got a rising trend channel base broken through the 50-day line and recent resistance around the $5.10 area. Above that, looking at the top of the channel, and post-July resistance as high as $13 by the end of next month. High hopes there, given the RSI 50 plus rebound and clearance of that 50-day moving average. Next on the list is NextNRG, and here rising trend channel base, top of the channel there, heading towards the $3.80 level, and we're looking at that while we remain above recent broken resistance around $2.40, which I think seems fair. We gapped up yesterday, and we've had two RSI 50 rebounds and then an RSI 50 plus rebound. So that is pretty strong, especially given the combination of that with support coming in above a rising 50-day line tends to be a very strong momentum hint. Next up is Phoenix Asia, and here, speaking of strong hints, we've had the double, in fact, well, at least a double RSI 50 rebound in the recent past. A support for this market above a rising 50-day line, and then obviously the clearance of recent resistance. The figure we're looking at there around $13.30, above that looking for up to $22 by the end of this month. Hopefully it will be that quick given the vertical move that we've had so far this month. I think we have looked at Ryde in the past, but here it's back again, and here we have a rising trend channel base. We've cleared recent resistance around the 48 cents level, and above that looking for up to $1.20 by the end of next month. Not much charting information to go on here, but at least we are above that old resistance there at 59, and the obviously using the July resistance at 48 as a stop loss. Double RSI 50 rebound in the recent past helps the cause as well. Finishing off with Rail Vision, which we did look at a while ago, and you can see that the shares managed to break through the initial target there at 70 cents, and basically we're looking for a retest of yesterday's resistance just below 99, in fact 98.5 cents. So hopefully we'll get that in coming days. But the big resistance here is through $1. Above that, there's little in the way of resistance for another dollar. So a lot riding on breaking that $1 area. The other thing to notice is we've got the RSI 50 rebounds and the latest one well above 50. So looking pretty strong here, especially while we remain above 70 cents. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.